Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, so we are going to dive into what is your person thinking right now? What haven't they said? What's on their mind? What would they say to you at the time you're watching this video about what's going on in this connection? So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through for my viewer. What would their person say? What are they thinking right now about the connection? And what does my viewer's person hope will happen next regarding this connection? Okay, so what is going on? What's in their mind about the connection? Four of Cups, a missed opportunity. So recently or in the past, your person viewer feels like they missed an opportunity. They dropped the ball. What would they say to you about it? I just dream and wish for everything. So I'm hearing they got ahead of themselves. They fumbled. They fumbled something here. So yeah, whether that was an expectation or an action, something was premature, and their eagerness, them wanting it all right now, caused a misstep in the energy, and they missed an opportunity to really embrace the connection. What do they hope happens because of this? They hope that it's a heart-opening moment for both. The Four of Coins is a scarcity, hanging on too tight, clinging. In the open inverse like this, it's about progress. So they're hoping that it wasn't a deal breaker, that at the end of the day, viewer, that you know that it was because they have so much attraction to you that they were too eager. What can we see for my viewer's person? How are they thinking about my viewer and maybe not saying? Six of Swords in the inverse. So this is a card of progress. So right now they're really mulling over how they could look at things differently so that they could shift their beliefs about what's possible here, about what has happened, about how the connection with you specifically has unfolded. They want to see things go from choppy waters to smooth sailing, and they want to be proactive with what they can do to affect that change. What would they say to you about this? Time to ground yourself. So they feel like your connection needs more substance, more grounding, more sincerity. It deserves better, I just heard. What do they hope happens? Oh, Empress. They hope that this is the beginning of all good things to come. So it feels like a turning point where it goes from 0 to hero. It feels like it goes from all or nothing here. It's like they see the everything this connection could be, and they want it all. They want it to be the potential they see it as. They don't want to miss any more opportunities or fumble or misstep. They really hope that the two of you can bring this into abundance. What is my viewer's person feeling on the heart space and not communicating? Knight of Swords. This card cracks me up because it's a fungus that takes over the ant's brain. Now, I have compassion. That probably doesn't feel great for the ant. So I'm not laughing about that, but I'm laughing about the fact that it feels like something else took over your person. And they feel compelled, they feel merciless, at the mercy of this connection in ways. They know they need to be more masterful, more grounded, more centered. And so on the heart space, what they're not saying is they feel like something takes over them whenever your energy is in the mix, whenever you're physically together, whenever they really lean into your energy. They don't feel like they have full control of their own faculties, their own consciousness. They you know, all the things, all the nerves, all the divine gag order. They don't feel like they can fully control what they say and do. Yeah, something in the energy stops them from being the way they are with other people. That can be a good thing, and it might not always be a convenient thing, though, good and bad. They want to be their true self with you, but the old ways and ways that they are with other people don't work, so those kind of get kiboshed. But they also don't necessarily speak the really beautiful things that are on their mind. Show you, not tell you. So they just feel that it's cumbersome. They've never felt this way before. But what would they say to you? You make me want to do bad things in the inverse. So there's something about their impulsivity, compulsion, that they're trying to balance out and get a handle on, especially with you. I just heard it scares me how attracted I am to you. I just want to say, if this is resonating for you, viewer, and the roles are swapped here, that when we get a multidimensional divine intel or transmission from the universe, and it feels too big, too urgent, it's multidimensional, and we're just meant to say yes to it and then allow it to download like a zip file. We don't have to act on it all at once. Usually the grander, the more substantial, the more important something is for the rest of our lives. So if you're feeling out of control and manic or powerless to resist these connections, just go into gratitude that you've got something at that magnitude and ask for higher guidance in how to unpack it in a way that allows you to enjoy it, not be overwhelmed by it. This is, however, though, showing that your person, viewer, wants to get a handle on these impulsive behaviors that they exhibit connected with you in some way, good and bad. So I'm feeling lots of things like chemistry or saying or not saying certain things. Mixed signals. It's not because they're rejecting you. It's because you literally influence them in a way energetically they're not accustomed to. What do they hope happens here? Queen of Swords. They hope that you continue putting them in their place. When you say yay or nay to this connection and their advances or their communication, spoken or unspoken, when you vote for it yay or nay, viewer, it really does help this person, first off, see an accurate reflection that they don't get anywhere else, but it also takes the pressure off of them in certain ways when they're in this impulsive energy, when they feel compelled and aren't able to think straight. Who do that voodoo that you do so well, viewer? So what have you done to this person? Because they really think that you can make or break, but they're starting to feel a deep sense of trust and safety with the way that you allow them to be themselves and not make it conditional. You really are showing this person unconditional love, viewer. That doesn't mean you have to be a doormat or take every advance hook, line, and sinker. It does mean, though, that you are teaching this person that they are safe with you. And that is a beautiful thing indeed. What can we see for what they have not said about how they feel in their heart of hearts for you? Ace of Swords, deep in their heart, it's the piercing truth I just heard. They know. They know the truth of this connection. They know the truth of your righteousness, your purity, your heart, your conviction, your love. What would they say to you? I am a very jealous person. Okay. I'm just hearing this person say, I don't know if the shoes are too big still. I don't want anyone else to have you, but I don't know if I can trust myself not to screw this up. It's like, don't F it up kind of energy. This person wants it so bad, they're just scared that they're going to get weird. They really are. So they haven't fully embraced the idea that you actually love them to the degree that they feel you do. Their logical mind hasn't quite come around to that truth. There is still fear. There's still uncertainty here. And this is partly why they're so overzealous into the connection in some way. And, you know, that can look like opposites day. That can be sending mixed signals. So don't make this story fit if it's not your story. But if you can feel into the history that you've experienced with this person and interpret it kind of the way is coming out in this reading, that's an interesting flip, because a lot of times when people are handling connections this way, it comes off as though they're not interested, that they're rejecting the other person, yada yada. And in this case, your person is wanting to go so all in. They think you are such a perfect match that it makes them very, very insecure. It brings up things in them that they have not experienced to this degree with others, and they know they need to have more balance about that and trust your love more deeply. What would they like to see happen here? Yeah, Ace of Cups. I actually thought that the Ace of Swords was the Ace of Cups, but we've already had the Ace of Cups, haven't we? Oh, maybe not. Ace of Cups, though. So yeah, they hope that this truth of their love sinks in, that despite all of the, I just heard outbursts and awkward energy and ghosting and mixed signals, that at the end of the day, you trust what you're feeling on the heart space, that this is love, viewer. Your person has a funny way of showing you that they feel it too. And they're hoping that despite all of their, I just heard immaturity or floundering or nervousness or awkward energy, that you understand how sensitive they are and how important this connection is to them. Sorry, I got overwhelmed tuning into that for the right words. And your person loves you like their life depends on it, viewer. They really think you are the best one too. And that is a very huge realization. When we actually feel that way for someone and they reciprocate that, it can be a very strange process affirming and confirming that and getting it through, especially if it's mirrored and we're clearing these worthiness things together, because one is not further ahead than the other. It's a ricochet. And so the more conscious each person can be with balancing their own knowing, the more quickly union and alignment can be reached. What can we see for what your person wants to manifest here? They want some R&R. They want some rest. They want the heartache to be done. They want some peace. They want some knowing to come in. They want to let go of the overthinking and the cringe and the awkward. They want to be done with that part already, please. I just heard, you are right. Okay, so, you know, they just want to affirm that you're the right one for them, that you have known, that you do know, that no matter what they've flailed and said or not said, that you knowing this is love, they're saying, yeah, I admit it. You've been really good at expressing that. I haven't. You're right. It's not I give up. It's not I concede. It's not I'm ready to compromise. It's you are right. It's like them not knowing how to express it properly. What do they hope happens? The Hanged One. They really hope they have some epiphanies that let them see themselves in the way that you see them. That they can believe in things from a flip side. They don't want to keep interpreting this connection, who they are and how capable they are, through the wrong lens anymore. They want to come over into your world and align. They want this to flow. They want to see how they can end their blocks. They want to get past their blocks. What is the action that they would like to take that they aren't saying? Six of Cups, reunion. They just want to be rolling around in a field of daisies. That's what I heard. They just want to be getting to the fun part. What would they say to you about this? I hope you'll wait for me in the inverse. So they don't want there to be a wait. There's something about the number 3 that's like blaring. There is a third energy here. So that doesn't have to be another person. It can be other relationships that need to end. It can be, you name it. It doesn't have to be a person. It can be a situation, a living situation. It can be past things that still are being cleared in the energy. It can be beliefs. It can be anything. Whatever that third energy is, they're starting to get a little antsy that whatever that is now not as relevant as it once was. They can see this reunion energy in sight. It's almost like because they wish and dream for everything, but it's not been time yet because of whatever this third energy is going on in the connections that has been preventing being able to go fully all in. Whatever that has been, it's getting closer to being cleared. And so your person, they start coming towards you and then they feel like it's premature and they feel they have to honor the fact that it's not time yet for whatever this third energy is, or many energies, whatever the case may be. Each time they come towards, they realize that it's premature and they recoil. And so it's not you they're rejecting. They're not rejecting at all. They're trying to protect and steward this connection appropriately. But they are starting to feel like whatever the third energy is, it's not so much of a factor anymore with this reunion. And so it's like they have to go easy on themselves to forgive themselves for having been spastastic so far in the connection. What do they hope happens here? They're just open to seeing what happens when these third energies are cleared from the connections. What is their biggest challenge that they're not saying? 9 of Swords, their anxiety, fighting against not being able to have everything with you yet, viewer, and feeling like they are going to miss out on this connection if they do something wrong. Viewer, if you're coming into mastery, then trust that your sacred mirror in this person is also aware, awake, masterful. If you're deluding yourself and not authentic, then your mirror is probably not fully there either. But if you truly, viewer, are seeing on a level of consciousness that is compassionate and open, please consider how sincerely your person loves you and how challenging it has been for them to be the one that has to decide when to come forward and not from their side of the energy. You do that too, viewer, and from their point of view, it may look like you give mixed signals because of whatever the third energies are, but your person, their challenge is overcoming the anxiety of the misalignment in timing, of head and heart, wanting it so badly with the heart, as to be at odds with the mind. The mind is our ego's messenger. And when our heart knows what our heart wants, but it's not time, our mind will come in as the voice of logic. And that may not always feel good to our heart. And so we get anxious. Vice versa, our heart might be telling us something that we know is true, but it's not what our mind would like to believe at the time, and we can have anxiety. So, viewer, your person is really challenged by all the factors that are a constant juggling act and a balancing act regarding the head and heart. What would they say? I want you to choose. So this is in the inverse, which means they're done projecting onto you that you're doing or not doing something. They now see that manifestation is an inside job, and when they come into balance, they are in ownership of their choice to love, to be patient, to stay with this process. They don't feel like running when they manage and balance out their frustrations, their anxieties, their control issues. We all have them. When they come into mastery of those things, they see it's not deferring to you to choose or not. The love is just there. So they calm their anxiety and they see progress. It becomes evident that you're choosing them when they come through the balancing of their anxious energy. What would they like to see come of that? They would like to be able to offer you clear, apparent, head and heart alignment, love. They don't want you to have to choose whether you think they're coming correct or not. They want to be able to actually offer you something you can't refuse, I just heard, because it will be complete. It will be time. It will be genuine and right. What is the solution to this? Judgment. This is seeing the light. So staying with the revelation of what love is, of the timing. And what would they say? Listen to your heart. So the only way we can really navigate this journey is listening to our heart and continuing to do everything we can to affirm the truth our heart already knows. What would they like to see with this? Strength, overcoming all the devil energies, all the illusions, all of the temptations, all of the imbalances, bringing them one by one into true, into love. So they're saying, continue listening to your heart. I just heard them say, we're almost there. We're getting so close. And that is like this Six of Cups with, I hope you'll wait for me. Your person is saying, the time is nearing. Stay in balance, stay the course. What can we see for how the connections are playing out in the next while? 10 of Swords, end of separation, I just heard. The 10 of Swords is the abandonment wound. It's the far reaches of the universe. This is as far the yo-yo swings this far before it returns. Boomerangs, all of it. The prodigal energy, this is as far away as you can get, and then it comes back into true. The 10 of Swords reduces to the Ace of Swords, and that is truth. So you're never going to be this far from union ever again. This is as far from union as you will ever be, is what the guides are just saying. What would your person say to you about this? Oh, do you even care? So there's something right now where your person needs to feel the absence or the illusion of the absence of you, viewer. And they need to stop concerning themselves so much with how you feel. Trust that you are capable of listening to your heart to the degree that they can listen to theirs. And then to stop worrying if you care and really get it through their own being that they care and that is true. and that is the best proof that they have that you are the person for them. That's the remedy for fear of rejection, for fear of misalignment. Now, crazy, creepy, stalker energy, that's not what I'm reading here. These are true lovers. This is authentic, genuine, mutual connection that has stigmas and fears that we're overcoming. This is not imbalanced energy. This is for a person that you equally feel attracted to, viewer. So they are overcoming their fears, which also is synonymous with them coming into the ownership of how they feel for you and admitting it to themselves wholeheartedly. What do they want to have happen here? 8 of Wands in the inverse. So this is really fascinating because in my live and in my recent readings, private readings, and on YouTube, this is my telepathic card, and it's been coming out in multiple decks in the inverse like this. So there's something about the energy, mostly the feminine energy, being held back from the masculines right now. It doesn't have to be, but because this is my viewer's energy not getting through to the person you're watching this for, this is assisting them in knowing what they actually feel and want and desire and how they want to own their side of this energy without the influence of your energy at this time, viewer. They really need to come into the surety first person. Okay, one last card I'm going to pull from Beyond Lemuria. What can we see about these connections? Oh, harmonic flight. I think this is the twin flame card in this deck. So that is a 29 card. If 29 is resonant for anyone at this time, let that be a sign. Seeing the divine in the eyes of another. So this is beyond all of the obstacles and the differences. This is really that, look at this connection, the masculine, the feminine. Love is love. Relationships with deep bonds. Karmic connection, clearing illusionary projections, life-changing connection, transmuting dissonance, removing heart armor, and being seen. Teamwork. Okay, so right now, your person is dismantling heart armor and coming into the permission to love who they love. Wow. Okay, many blessings. Bye for now.